The front wing of the Ferrari 2024 Formula One car will have similarities with Red Bull's RB19 specification, as the Maranello team attempts to fix the main weakness of last year's single-seater. The story begins with the Ferrari SF23, a car that left a lot to be desired in terms of drivability and predictability. The Maranello-based team, along with its drivers, constantly grappled with finding the SF23's sweet spot of performance. This often elusive window of optimum operation saw Ferrari regularly trailing behind Red Bull, but hardly ever providing a real challenge, especially in terms of race pace. The crux of the problem lay in the car's front end. This issue was particularly pronounced in medium and high-speed corners, leaving drivers Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz with little confidence. Add to this the issue of persistent porpoising, and you've got a car that was quite a handful to drive. The lack of front-end grip was a concern Ferrari had identified as early as winter. Yet despite efforts to improve the car mechanically and aerodynamically, the result was far from satisfactory. The SF23's front end was limited, and the setup range was narrow. A significant revision was made to the previous year's nose, and while this change was not difficult to implement, it didn't quite hit the mark. The aim was to enhance the airflow of the main profile, a popular solution among the teams. The nose fairing was moved backwards, and the flaps were completely redesigned. The primary objective was to redirect airflow towards the car body, while also addressing outward airflow. However, the SF23's nose was not as strong as they would have liked it to be. The instability was a major limiting factor in the car's setup, suggesting that the issue wasn't just with the front wing design. To address this, a new front wing and floor were introduced, but these fixes only partially addressed the vulnerabilities. It wasn't until the Suzuka updates that the SF23's front-end issues were first addressed. Now, let's dive into the transformation of the Ferrari's front wing and its resemblance to the Red Bull's RB19 specification. The front end of the Ferrari 2024 will be marked by considerable changes. The aim is to improve the aerodynamics and, consequently, the car's performance. A significant step will be moving the nose fairing backwards. This adjustment will have the goal of enhancing the airflow of the main profile, adopting a strategy that has become popular among many teams. But the changes shouldn't stop there. According to the Italian media, the flaps will undergo a complete redesign. The primary goal here is to redirect the airflow towards the car body. This adjustment is crucial because it's what helps the car maintain its balance at high speeds. It's a delicate balancing act that requires precision and a deep understanding of aerodynamics. Now, you might find the design of the new Ferrari front wing somewhat familiar. That's because it bears a striking resemblance to the Red Bull's RB19 specification. This is not a coincidence, but a calculated move. The RB19's front wing design was highly efficient, offering lower drag than many of its competitors, a feature that Ferrari was keen to emulate. The key to the RB19's success was the outwash design, a concept proposed by Adrian Newey and Pierre Wache. This design effectively manages the airflow around the tires, reducing aerodynamic drag and improving the car's overall performance. The design was so successful that it was also adopted by Mercedes for their front wing introduced at Silverstone. The similarities between the Ferrari 2024 and the RB19 should be more than skin deep. They will reflect a shared understanding of the importance of airflow in car performance. By redirecting air to the floor of the car, it's possible to optimize the interactions between suspension and aerodynamics. This is an essential step towards improving performance and long-term development potential. With airflow so crucial with these cars, optimizing the interactions between suspension and aerodynamics is crucial for performance and long-term development potential. Only time will tell if these changes will bring Ferrari the success they are looking for.